going to go forward, you're going to go back, which is the way the draft works.
Yeah, with that comer and goer thing, you know, we talked about in the pre-race show. Got a smoker down on the apron coming up on the track.
Almirola. Eric Almirola spins and gets out of harm's way, it looks like. One of the Earnhardt Ganassi cars. And we're under caution for the first time today.
No fuel. I want to change tires right now.
Oh boy. He tried to stay off Jamie McMurray. Reagan got in him.
Reagan's done that a couple of times this week.
When that happens right in front of about a third of the field, you're mighty lucky when that's all you end up having to do is change tires.
Uh-oh, look out, look out. Behind him, though, after yesterday in the nationwide race, Kyle pushed Tony all the way through 3 and 4 trying to get around him. Couldn't quite do it.
The Daytona 500.
Yes, I am.
It's the spotter, Bob Jeffries.
Back to the front, left 5.
Travis Kvapil has hit the wall in his Yates Racing Ford.
That's got tar written all over it.
It's got the right front locked up. Right front is locked up. Damage on the right front fender, guys.
Caution's out for the third time today. The Janesville, Wisconsin driver.
Moments ago.
Travis Kvapil on the high side right there. He comes in, and all of a sudden you'll see the car, just a little bit of a puff of smoke when you see the car almost drop down a little bit on the right front right there, and all of a sudden up into the outside safer barrier he goes. Another angle, different place here. You see again hard licking that outside safer barrier, but again, you know, that's the beautiful thing about having that safer barrier there. It could have been a lot worse if it hadn't been for those safer barriers.
Amazing he could even drive it after that to at least get it.
Trouble front straightaway. Joey Logano pounds the safer barrier at the inside of the entrance to pit road. And it's a hard hit for the 18-year-old from Middletown, Connecticut. He had been doing so well from the back. He'd climbed up to 27th position as of a lap ago.
It's safer barrier on the inside there coming into the trove.
See what happens here. I got a feeling that
he tried to stay off of Scott Speed in the 82, and he drove down in front of Greg Biffle. But look at that, a hard lick there.
I love it that they finally put the safer barrier there. That used to be a dirt bank several years ago, and boy, it was worse than hitting a wall.
You would know. You hit that thing a ton. Wasn't it 4th of July race?
No, it was in the 500 in 83.
And you know, no one did anything wrong there. Scott Speed got loose. Joey Logano tried to stay off of him. Greg Biffle in the 16 was right there.
This is going to hurt. Let's ride along with Joey Logano.
2 wide.
Just a bump. Just a kiss.
But look how well contained he is in that car.
All right, bud.
Yeah, I'm fine.
And he is.
Car coming on pit road here that blew a tire.
Exploded at Stremme.
David Stremme in the 12 car.
That looks like Ryan Newman's car after practice the other day. And caution for debris will hurt Montoya and Jimmy Johnson and Brian Vickers to go, as Larry pointed out. Now there are some cars on the tail end of the lead lap in front of the race leader, who shows as Elliott Sadler with Reed Sorensen, then Kyle Busch, Matt Kenseth, and Carl Edwards. Sorensen driving the famed number 43 that Richard Petty took to victory lane here 7 times.
And all of those cars are cars that had made green flag stops prior to that caution. Boy, Brian Vickers, Dale Earnhardt Jr., that ain't going to work, boys.
Vickers hard. Here we go. Busch, the dominant car of the day, in the wall.
That was wrong.
And 10 cars sliding, slamming into the infield.
Jimmy Johnson, totally uncalled for. Totally.
I don't care who you are. That was just wrong.
Caution is out. McMurray was a contender. He's all torn up. And the dominant car of the day, that of Kyle Busch, is a victim.
Driver that's a little frustrated.
All right, there's Brian Vickers. There's Dale Earnhardt Jr. in the 88 right up there at the front on the inside. Coming off 2 down the back straightaway. Jr. gets a good run.
Vickers puts a little block on him. And then you be the judge.
Let's reiterate the rule. You are not allowed to advance your position below the yellow line. If you are forced below the yellow line, you must come back up and blend in.
Vickers puts the block on him, and then Junior just turns right back into the racetrack, right in the left rear, Brian Vickers.
Saw a similar situation like that yesterday in the nationwide race.
And the results are a good 8 to 10 race cars torn up.
Now Vickers makes a legal move coming down to block Dale Jr. But instead of blending in, Junior caught the back end of Vickers' Toyota. And of all the cars in that crash, you have to feel for Kyle Busch. He had led 88 laps, far more than anyone else today, but his number 18 is junk.
Just all of this uncalled for, mainly with 75 laps to go in this race.
Let's ride with Junior.
Push you. On the bottom, 3 wide. 2 outside. 2 outside there. Go low. Go low. Go low. There you go. Good job.
Jimmy Johnson's view.
Outside, no help. Out, in and out, in and out, in and out. Guys, be ready with our splitter hardware.
With Denny Hamlin.
There's a big pile up back there, Mike.
And finally, here's what Digger saw.
Both of the Gibbs cars were involved, Denny Hamlin as well. And I guess, Darrell, what I would say, putting a block.
And he clipped him and turned him in the fence.
7.
Thursday night or Fridays, he is the driver. He is a driver while he's at the track 3 days a week. He doesn't have to be in
Crash out of turn 2. Paul Menard hits the wall hard, and that wreck actually started about 10 cars in front of Menard. A black and yellow car, may have been Jeff Burton, got into the wall in 2, and everybody backed up from there. Let's start this. There's Menard.
There's Menard, but it's, I think the car that got in trouble is Burton right here. I think he goes up and almost, yeah, see, he gets into the 78. They make contact. You see parts flying off of the back of Burton's car there. The 31, and Menard,
a victim.
Just tried to get by and didn't quite make it.
But you're right, Mike. It all started way back in the middle of turn 1 and 2.
Yeah, Burton just started up the hill, and 78 Regan Smith's there. They make contact. 77 00. But here comes Menard.
Regan Smith came down on Menard just a little bit, trying to dodge Jeff Burton in the 31.
And actually turned Menard to the right. These guys should not, crew chief should not mention that rain might be on the way.
It's a good point.
Yeah.
The free
binder up, and it's supposed to hit midnight about the end of the race.
Now, if Matt Kenseth can bring them all the way back around and lead a lap. Oh, here we go.
There he goes.
Almirola goes off the nose of Casey Kane.
Hang on to her, brother.
Get break. Break there.
Man, it gets crowded back there. Goodness.
Caution's out.
Darrell, I think you were right.
There,
I think somebody's glass slipper broke. Little damage to the right. Sorensen, 43, and Matt Kenseth, the second and third place cars.
Kenseth changes his mind. He was going to go inside, starts back outside, hits the left front of Reed's car, and the 43 there, Reed Sorensen, and shot him up the hill.
But from the DirecTV blimp, now here is Almirola side by side with the number 2 of Kurt Busch.
He runs up on the back of.
Yeah, what a stack up.
Yeah,
right
I mean,
there.
it's just they're just all wadded up right there. He gets hit from behind by
Sam Hornish.
Sam Hornish, shoots him to the left about the time that the 43 cars come along.
Or the Casey Kane,
the 9 cars come along.
Close quarters. Almirola's way on the outside. There he gets a boot from Hornish.
Yeah.
And across he comes. That was very lucky not to be another 10-car pileup.
And Jimmy Johnson, the 48 car, did get the free pass. He's back on the lead lap.
The 8th caution flag of the night. Now, will anybody pit? We'll let you know in a minute.
Okay,
Jack Roush, there is your Daytona 500 winner in the 51st running of the Great American Race, the 2009 champ, Matt Kenseth, in a backup car, slipping through for the lead.